Thank you, Chair. Minister, we have a chain migration bill in front of us today at a time when your department's been issuing record numbers of all sorts of temporary foreign visas. We have a housing, jobs, and housing healthcare crisis. So the Parliamentary Budget Officer has estimated that at least 115,000 people would become Canadian citizens under this bill, this chain migration bill. Where are they going to live?
Thank you very much for the question. This is what we know on volumes. From January 2024 to July 2025, the end of that, those were when the interim measures were implemented by the department. The department received over 4,200 applications from those individuals.
Thank you, Chair. So there's a lot of people that you are allowing in this chain migration bill. No, this is my time. Where are they going to live?
Point of order. I'm sorry. I will stop the clock, Ms. Rumpelgarter. Yes, point of order.
It is a point of order, Chair, because we didn't hear the full answer. The member had the chance to complete her question. We need to hear the answer from the minister in order to have
that point of order.
It is my time.
It is my time.
It is your time, Ms. Rumpelgarter, but please allow the witness to finish, to complete their sentences.
I gave her equal time, which you should have been looking at. Thank you, Chair.
We don't have an agreement on equal time, so please allow the witness.
Are you silencing me?
I'm not. I'm going to ask you to continue, but kindly let her to answer the questions.
I would advise not trying to silence me. Where are they going to live, Minister? All the people that you're letting in on this chain migration bill, where are they going to live? CMHC says housing starts are down by 16%. So where are you putting 115,000 auto liberal Canadians?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to remind the members that this bill was struck down in December 2023. We are here to remedy a situation, and if we do not act, then we are in jeopardy.
Thank you. On that point, why didn't you appeal the court ruling? You didn't. You just let it go.
So again, Madam Chair, we're here today to talk on this bill that is in front of us. It is an important legislation that strikes a balance to protect Canadian values as well as Canadian families.
On this bill, you just said, though, that the bill is here because of a court ruling. The court didn't write this legislation. So I'll ask you again, where are these people going to live that you are putting in this bill that the courts didn't write, that you didn't appeal a ruling on?
So thank you again, Madam Chair. The IRCCs, they saw no surge in the interim measures, nor did they see any surge happening in 2009 and 2015 when similar legislation was in place. I also remind the member that a lot of these individuals are infants, and there's a lot of individuals that are already in Canada paying taxes
just like
as well.
IRCC didn't see the surge in like 1.5 million people, that we didn't have a place for them to live. Who's going to be their family doctor in this chain migration bill? How are these people going to get family doctors? Where?
So thank you, Madam Chair. I remind members again, without this legislation, we need to pass it to protect the value of citizenship in this country, and without it, there will be no limit on citizenship by descent for many people born to Canadian citizens abroad.
And to be clear, that's because your government didn't appeal a court ruling. They didn't use any of the tools in their toolkit. They just said, yay, chain migration. Here is a chain migration bill. So I'll just give you one more shot here. Where are how long are Canadian families going to have to wait in ER rooms because of this chain migration bill?
So, Madam Chair, Bill C3 is a reasonable legislation that finds a limit for the first generation limit. We are required by law, by Constitution, to have proper registration in front of us, and that is why we're here today.
Yes, but you chose not to appeal a court ruling and then table a chain migration bill. That is your government's decision. So you can't answer where they're going to live. You can't answer how they're going to get a family doctor when many Canadians don't have a family doctor. Where are they going to work during the youth jobs crisis? Are they going to sit on EI benefits while you continue to issue TFW permits to Tim Hortons?
So again, as I said in my remarks, Madam Chair, there are rules in place in every province and every jurisdiction in this country, whether it's provincial and federal, in terms of who's entitled to receive what. There's age requirements, there's the requirements for paying taxes, there's so on. that is, that is not something that, as the member suggests, there will be no surge of that
But
happening.
immigration levels, so you've tabled a chain migration bill. There's at least 115,000 people per the parliamentary budget officer.
Madam Chair.
Point of order, I'll stop the time. Yes, point of
I'm
order.
not sure what chain migration bill she's talking about. I thought we were studying C3, which is actually about
This is debate,
Citizenship
Chair,
Act.
and it's a liberal attempt to silence
Not a
me
point of order,
because
Mr.
of their terrible
Zuberi.
immigration policy.
But thank you.
I'm just not
Please,
sure what
we
she's
will
talking
restart the
about.
time.
My colleague's talking about.
Chair, these liberals, they really want to silence me because of their chain migration bill. So the minister can't answer where these people are going to live. They can't answer where they're going to get a job. And she can't answer how they're going to get a family doctor. So again, I'm just going to ask, why didn't you appeal the court ruling? I think it's because the liberals like out-of-control immigration levels. Honestly, and also the other thing is there's no language requirements in this bill. Do you not respect the right for Canadians to at least know one of Canada's official languages?
So, Madam Chair, as I said, this bill has limits on automatic citizenship by descent. Without passing any legislation, there will be no limits. And I don't believe that is what the members are looking for.
There is no limit under this chain migration bill. You are correct. There's no language requirements, no security requirements, no nothing. And the minister can't tell us. So I'm just going to ask one more time, where are people going to live under this chain migration bill? Who is going to be their family doctor? And where are they going to work in a youth job crisis?
So thank you again, Madam Chair. I want to remind members that a lot of the people that will be caught under this legislation will be minors.
15 seconds.
And
We have a
it
youth
would be
job
also
crisis,
individuals that are already in Canada that are already contributing to our
Where are they going to live?
system as well.
There's 115,000
The ones that are
people at
in
least.
Canada already would have
But the
places
rest of
that
them,
are living.
where are they going to live? Minister, how many people exited Canada last year?
So thank you, Madam Chair. Again, we are here today to talk about Bill C3. It's a bill that many Canadians and many families have been waiting for many, many years.
The reason why I ask this is just to pick up on the last stream. How are you going to prove a claim that's made under this chain migration bill if it's prior to 2019 if you can't track entry and exit data? Like, don't you think that there's a pretty big potential for fraud there?
So thank you, Madam Chair. Again, the current legislation that that was struck down was found to be not acceptable. There's a lot of consequences to Canadian families that are living.
Yeah. So I get your word salad, but so let's say somebody makes a claim before that their 5 years happened before 2019, and you're not tracking exit and entry data. Like, could anybody just be like, yeah, like you said, I went to the cottage, please give me citizenship, like a Costco card. Or can you tell me how fraud wouldn't happen here?
So thank you, Madam Chair. Again, like-minded countries, the M5s, all have policies that limit the passing of automatic citizenship
here
by
in Canada.
descent. We believe we've struck a balance here by
what's
putting
the
a
balance?
substantial connection to the country.
What's the balance? Like, if somebody's coming in prior to 2019 and you can't prove if they entered or exited, then like literally anybody could just be like, yeah, I'm Canadian, give me citizenship. This is not sus at all. Like, do you understand what you're saying here? You've introduced a chain migration bill, and you can't prove if somebody came or entered the country. Like, do you realize how ridiculous that is?
So, Madam Chair, again, I think the question is a bit ridiculous, to be quite frank.
Thank you. I will be clipping that.
Point of order.
People need to
Chair, point of order.
demonstrate that they
I'll
have
stop
the
the clock.
substantial
Point of order.
connection.
Yes,
I
Ms.
think
Zaid.
opportunity
It
should
is-
be provided to the witnesses to answer the questions. And I think this is not the decorum we should have in this committee. There needs to be like a question, and then there needs to be an answer.
Thank you, Ms. Said. Thank you. We'll allow the witness to answer the question. We will restart the time. Ms. Diaz.
Actually, just point of order on that with the time stopped. I would love an answer. It would be awesome. I actually agree with my colleague. I'm not getting an answer from the minister. Thank you for this point of order and raising it. I'm asking, Madam Chair, how she's going to prevent fraud on this. And you started my time. I'm making a point of order, right? So I want
Yes,
you to
you're
rule on
asking a
this.
question
I didn't get
on-
an answer.
So I'm going to restart your clock, and then we will have the minister respond.
Thank you.
Minister Diab.
So can I just restate the question, because my colleagues were trying to silence me? So
yes.
for people who are listening, the Liberals have tabled a chain migration bill, okay? And in order to fulfill the requirements of this chain migration bill, which will give them Canadian citizenship, they have to say that they were in Canada for 3 years. But prior to 2019, or we don't even know today, the Liberals can't prove if they were in Canada. So, Minister, how are you going to prove rampant fraud and the abuse of Canadian citizenship?
So thank you for that. We already do this for all naturalized Canadians. Applicants will be asked to submit evidence of their Canadian parents' physical presence. I mean, this is something that's been done in this country and in all countries with proof of the on the citizenship application.
Okay,
so
but
it would include things like pay
I'll stop the
stubs,
clock, but
educational
hold on.
records.
I'll stop the clock, Minister. Ms. Rempel-Garner, please allow the witness to finish.
I don't have to, Chair. On a
Please-
point of order,
please-
I do not have to let the Liberals
So here's
word salad my answers
here's
when
the-
I'm asking about the value of Canadian citizenship. Sorry, you
here
can't
is-
do that.
Here is the problem, Ms. Rempel-Garner. There is crosstalk, and it is very hard for interpreters to interpret, and it's very difficult for them to do their jobs. Kindly allow, if we could have one person at a time. Ms.
No,
Minister,
it's me. I get to ask the question again since you interrupted me again.
and then I will allow the witness to answer the question. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Chair, since we're not going to get an answer on, like, obviously the Liberals have written a chain migration bill that's going to allow for rampant fraud. The minister doesn't include a requirement for taking a citizenship test in this chain migration bill. She said that this bill is the right thing to do. Is it right to grant Canadian citizenship to somebody without taking a citizenship test?
So, Madam Chair, as I was saying, officers will assess the totality of the information that's presented when an application in front of them and determine whether or not they're satisfied and whether or not the individual should be given.
But there's no citizenship test. So are you saying it's the right thing to do to give Canadian citizenship to somebody who can't speak one of Canada's official languages and doesn't have to take a citizenship test with no security screening? Is that what you are telling this committee that we are supposed to vote for with this chain migration bill?
Madam Chair, this bill was drafted to have reasonable limits that would surpass the constitutional rights of people. It strikes a balance by protecting the value of Canadian citizenship.
Wouldn't
gives
you
fairness to
argue-
Canadian families.
Wouldn't you argue that
Ms.
not?
Rempel-Garner, please allow the witness to answer the question.
She is word salading.
Please let her finish
Listen.
the question.
Okay, Minister, yes or no? Do you think it's right to give Canadian citizenship to somebody without them having to take a citizenship test?
This bill is here to protect Canadian values, and I believe we've struck a balance. If you have any amendments, the committee's happy to look at
So you'd
those.
support an amendment to make somebody take a citizenship test?
I said if there's amendments,
I'm
that's
asking you
why
now.
the committee
That's a yes?
is here. So what I'm saying is this
That's a
bill
no.
protects the value of citizenship, and it is something
It's a
that
yes,
is
no?
very important
Ms.
to all
Rempel-Garner,
Canadians.
please allow her to answer.
Would you accept an amendment to make people take a citizenship
15
test via this
seconds.
bill? Yes or no?
It's not up to me to accept or reject. This is the committee's findings. I was on a committee
Why
in the
didn't you
last
draft it with a citizenship
Parliament.
test?
So again, we've done jurisdictional scan, and officials are here to talk. Happy to give you what
That's 5
many
minutes.
other countries around
That's
the
5
globe
minutes.
have
Thank you,
in
Minister.
reference to this.
Thank you, Minister.